the fan base, everyone in the crowd cheering for him. So many people here this weekend at CoD XP on the side of OpTic Gaming. That could be more than enough for them to close out the series, but still very early on, and Cloud9's looking good overall.
Yeah, got to give credit where credit is due. Lacefield did have a pretty fantastic performance, I think. Well, for a long time, he was leading the lobby and slaying. I'm pretty sure Scalp ended up catching him there towards the end. Of course, Ricky, well, he was hanging around that positive margin, maybe ever so slightly above, and Assault had a decent enough game as well. Aches, though, you pointed out earlier on, he was kind of sitting around double negative. He caught up just a little bit, but you finish off -10, -12, something along those lines. There's only so much that can be done. Again, when you're trying to keep up with a team that has so much slaying power, you just can't let them do what they just did.
Eggs had so few multi-kills throughout that hard point, and you need something like that against OpTic Gaming. You need to win more than one gunfight because they trade so efficiently. You're going to be met with another player just around the corner, and if Eggs isn't capable of that, then of course OpTic Gaming is going to exploit that weakness, and we saw that when we went over to the Paris. Look, you got me saying Paris. The Palace hard point on Breach. Now, moving on into evac S&D chance. We got our Bandit Protects up on screen, and one of the more standout bans is going to be that EMP.
Yeah, the EMPs, of course, they're just used as a spot check thing. So flashbang, obviously, if you hit it right on the money, you completely blind your opponent. Of course, under the assumption they do not have tac mask, but the EMPs, a little bit bigger of a blast radius, and they just give you that hit marker saying there's somebody in the area. Obviously, it can be difficult to pinpoint the exact position, but a lot of times these pro players are going to be on point with that. And of course, Aches, the reason he's doing it, again, Blast Suppressor's made it in so far, but the way that Cloud9 plays their search and destroy incredibly passively, that you see them just laying down in random corners all the time. They let their opponent make the mistakes, and then they try and capitalize. So again, if their opponent isn't allowed to check what corner necessarily that they're going to be hiding in, it's going to be that much more difficult and that much more methodical of a game that OpTic Gaming is going to need.
So with all tacticals gone, except for smoke grenades, don't expect to see any. Oh, there's the Blast Suppressor rounding out the end. High Caliber makes it through as well. Overclock and Afterburner. So much more in this map than we usually see in Search and Destroy. Definitely an odd ban and protect there. Curious to see if we'll see something crazier in the specialist draft, but it looks like the big three, most of them making through. So we should see some active camo, kinetic armor, heat wave on both sides, as well as overdrive, because that wasn't taken down either. So expecting Crimsix to pick that up. On the side of Cloud9, we're going to see 4 abilities as well. So there you go, specialist draft coming in. You can see Aches going for the active camo on the side of OpTic Gaming again. Crimsix with the overdrive. These are 2 abilities that in Search and Destroy can be huge, right? Active camo can win you those gunfights that you might need, can let you get in and out of engagements. Overdrive can let you escape engagements you want to avoid, or it can help you initiate flanks that you otherwise would not be able to obtain.
There's a lot of rushes with overdrive when Blast Suppressor is not banned that everybody is aware of, and where it's pretty much you can get into a decent position, but you're not really going to fly out and just pick up a 2-piece because people are going to be ready for that. So a lot of times it's all about positioning. However, now that Blast Suppressor is gone, again, this pace is going to slow to an absolute crawl. So, well, when Crimsix decides, he's just going to explode, I imagine, off the rip and just go for a huge flank. And again, there's a lot of potential that we saw when they were playing Complexity. Again, this is C9 last night on this exact map. On offense, they kept going towards that B bomb site, and they just didn't watch the flank at all. They didn't start turning until after they got the bomb down. So if they take a long time to do it, there was 1 or 2 rounds where Parasite comes on flank, just easy 1 or 2 kills for him. So not sure if C9 is going to be trying to fix any of those mistakes, but that overdrive, I think there's even more potential for it to have a massive effect on this game.
And Crimsix, just the evil genius over there on OpTic Gaming. I see him as just a player that will not step out of place, right? So I think that he's going to activate that overdrive and make the most of it every time. However, you got to keep in mind, the guys of Cloud9, especially the mind of Aches, I'm sure he's able to keep track of who's going to have what ability, and he's going to tell his team to be ready. Be ready. Overdrive's up. Overdrive's up. Listen for it. Look for it. Respond to it. Don't just let it happen. Expect it to come and handle it accordingly. So, lots of different options here with the abilities. None of the bigger ones being banned out. But we do have the Psychosis for Assault here, and that can be used to, of course, fool players around the corner, send out those clones and distract the enemy team just long enough for you to be able to win a gunfight or push a lane.
Well, the question is, will Cloud9 be able to bounce back in this map number 2, steal one from OpTic Gaming, and continue this series on? Or will OpTic Gaming, well, take the next step into evolving into their final Championship Sunday at CoD XP form? Of course, that question we are going to be answering in just a few moments once this game gets started up. And again, Cloud9, absolutely a must-win map. Not only is it a surge, but you got to hold out hope because you are not going to do very well in the uplink. So again, they're praying for that CTF, and they desperately need these search and destroys.
Oh yeah, if Cloud9 doesn't win this S&D, the series is over. OpTic's taking it, and they're moving on in the losers bracket. And what an incredible losers bracket run it will be if they make it all the way through. There's lots of competition, including Cloud9, that can certainly keep up in some regard with OpTic Gaming. So it's going to be a very rough Saturday evening for them. And as you can see, evac, very green map, not incredibly open unless you're around the spawn area and around that A bomb site. Around that A bomb site, you can expect to see lots of long-range engagements with the assault rifles of Karma, Formal, players like Assault, Aches. Gonna see who can maintain the map control there.
So far, you're almost perfect with the assault rifle prediction. Karma, he's gonna be rocking the Shiva, it looks like. Formal does have that M8. Lacefield's got the sub. Aches has the M8 as well. And then, well, you're never gonna see anything different with Assault as well. So on the attacking side, C9, target B a lot is what they've been doing, and it looks like OpTic Gaming, they're going to hit mid-map, and they're going to hit A as well, but they might be going quick here, but so far, no bodies to be found.
Both teams playing for information, just executing those default strategies, trying to see what they can get from the enemy team. No one giving too much up just yet. Looks like we got two Cloud9 players hovering around the B site. One OpTic player, that's going to be number 6, Scump. Coming in from mid, that could open up a play, but of course he can't see what we see. He can't execute on that, and he certainly doesn't want to do it alone. So now OpTic Gaming, all of them rotating back over to the B bomb site. 2 Cloud9 players just near them, and they're looking, hunting, listening. No EMPs for spot checking, so they're going to be dancing around one another with very little information. Oh, they're just moments away from our first engagement here, and none of them know where the enemy team is at.
Cloud9 on repeat on offense have just waited till the final seconds before they try to accomplish anything. You can see Ricky with that bomb still a little ways away. The gunfight's going to go down. He has a sub. He's challenging Karma, who we know has that M8 in hand. Crimson's able to get the first one. Ricky with the wall bang. Some nice shots in there, but still 20 seconds left. They got to get the bomb down. You see Nays are getting tossed as well. 3v3, but you got to imagine advantage OpTic Gaming. Assault, though, able to take down Karma.
Oh, Ricky, where he put the bomb down.
Well, he's pushing through, but again, yeah, as you said, there is no time. Scump and Formal, they're going to check the bomb. You have players flying in. Ricky, he's going to be laying it down. Assault's looking to top. He's able to come out the flank. Scump's able to pick up one. Scump's going for the second, but Ricky, he's going to hop off the bomb from the call-up from Assault, and he's going to be able to shut him down. 0.1 Cloud9.
That bomb plant was like 3 or 4 seconds too late. I'm waiting for someone from Cloud9 to look over Ricky towards Pillar to support him, see if they can maybe catch someone coming from mid if they decide to take that route, and it just took so long. Luckily, though, Ricky's able to come up from the post plant, or he didn't get the bomb down, so from the attempted plant and find himself the last kill. First round win goes to Cloud9.
Well, the standout things for Cloud9 on defense, you're going to see Lacefield head over towards B most of the time. He's going to lay down, and he's going to allow you to push into the bomb, of course. Well, the action's going to be going down at A, it looks like. Scump, though, actually going to be taking it mid-map, and of course, this gives them a little bit of freedom of choice here. They can play for a pick and then move in whatever direction they so choose, but they check mid-map, clear it out, and now it does appear they're going to be going over to favor that A bomb side. Of course, Assault, he's going to be the first player from C9 to notice any of this action coming on before he calls it out to his teammates, but as soon as he gets the call, you're going to see that rotation come in, all of those blue arrows, and there you see actually Ricky, number 2, he's turning to go, and Cloud9 now going to be making moves, of course, though. Scump with that bomb. Maybe he puts it down. Maybe they're playing for the kill. Assault, though, going to be able to get that first blood. Scump's trying to come in for the trade. Knows there's a player over there to the left. Assault nearly takes Scump's head off as well. Still, though, disadvantage right now for OG. They need to make something happen, and they got to do it now. Yeah,
they're playing for that first blood. They're playing for something because they know if they just sit down and try and put the bomb down, Ricky's going to nade them. He always does this when he's on defense. First blood, though, coming in favor of Formal. Still in a power position. Tuck tail and run, Cloud9 as Formal aims down sight with the M8. Strikes fear into them. Aches is able to push up, though, catching Scump off guard. Crib has the flank, tags up one player. Lacefield with the turn on, shuts him down. Alongside the team shot, though, Formal answers with the 2-piece.
Oh, the confidence. The players exchange shots. You see Formal, he immediately goes for the challenge. Aches, he tries to run away, and well, that is a very difficult person to run away from. You see, he is not going to miss. Well, a single bullet, and a single bullet is all he needed. Aches was one shot, more than likely from Crim6 on the other side. All the way, though, OpTic Gaming able to tie this one up at 1-1. Now we're going to see how C9 responds once again on that offensive side.
On the last camera shots, you can see both teams communicating between rounds. Aches more so for Cloud9 than anyone else, listening to that in-game leader. And as we're 2 rounds in, both teams have a general idea as their standard setups. Look to see teams switch things up. Engagements might happen just a bit earlier. We see some shots going down around the B site. Trophy system blocking the frag grenade. Ricky finds the kill anyway. Going for the second. He connects with both sprays. Formal and Karma are down. 4 versus 2 situation. Crim and Scump heavily outnumbered in this.
You can see what they're trying to do. They're going for the flank. Of course, C9 we know plays positive. Actually, they're going to go for the wraparound. This is going to be an awkward situation. Scump's able to get the trade. He's going to push out, though, into 3 players from C9. Of course, when you're already in that 4v2, there is not much that can happen. Of course, got to give the credit right there to Ricky. Gets the first blood. Karma is not able to trade. And then once Ricky picks up that 2-piece, it's pretty much done and dusted, as our Aussie friends would say.
Seeing that engineer perk in the hands of Eggs. Able to spot some of that utility on the side of OpTic Gaming, giving him an idea as to what the playing field looks like. As we get into round number 4. See an interesting class in the hands of Formal. That's a frag grenade and a smoke. Haven't seen smokes come into effect too much, but on this offensive round, they could use the block a cutoff towards Pillar. Scump as the front line and the bomb carrier. He's got Crimsix just ahead of him now, though. Hoping to make a play with double frags around the corner, checking everything he can without tacticals. Lacefield finds the first blood, though. Trying to get the second engagement with the wall bang. Tags him up and backs off to avoid being traded. Smart plays as Cloud9, again, playing with the man advantage. And Scump, the bomb carrier, can't make any moves.
Well, Cloud9 is completely backed away and given the bomb side up. They're just going to be looking to overtake if OpTic Gaming so chooses to get it down. For Scump, he's going to be the guy that ultimately has to make that decision. Of course, 3 players for Cloud9. They're going on a huge flank. They left Aches by himself, and you can see he's going to rotate all the way back by the helipad. And OpTic Gaming, they're scared. They don't know what to do. They feel like they're trapped in. You see he's just twitching back and forth. He has no idea what's going to happen. Of course, as we do know, he's going to be able to get this bomb down. So, bit of an interesting decision. Cloud9, they're going for the map swarm, but they got as far away from the B bomb side as possible. Now we're going to see how they're going to be trying to overtake it. Assault might have the first engagement on Karma. Karma not even shooting back. Saw Crim6 up top as well. So, Crimp and Scump, they're going to need to pull off some magic, and well, time might be on their side, but this is going to be a rough situation. Aches able to get that first pick. Crim6 able to get 1, but that is not going to be enough. See Assault 550 away from Streaks, but has the psychosis. Ricky's going to pick it up, working towards that dart. Then Lacefield, well, pretty much the exact same score line right there. But Lacefield, once again, he's going to be that player pushed up in that B bomb site on defense. Gets the first blood, and after that, for OpTic Gaming, they're not trading these kills. There's not much they can do.
So far in this map, the story of OpTic Gaming this weekend in Search and Destroy reigns true. They get first blooded and it all falls apart. Lacefield, as you can see, finding the first and last kill of the round.
Either way, going to be able to find out whether or not OpTic Gaming is going to be able to begin to make this comeback. Of course, C9 is now 2 for 2 on the offensive rounds, and they're back on offense once again, looking to increase this lead to 4-1. And of course, talked about it before, once you get to that 4-round margin, things get a lot more comfortable for you. Of course, though, you can never really feel comfortable against OpTic Gaming. Crim6, by the way, he has his back to a play over here. I think that's Lacefield. Lacefield, he loves these doorway spots. Crim6 doesn't even shoot back. Lacefield, he might be invincible, but those bullets just aren't even connecting with him.
Lacefield plays every S&D map the same way. He just hugs a corner where he knows an enemy's going to come up, waits for him, and punishes him for it. Now, first blood again by the hands of Lacefield. Man advantage once again for Cloud9. OpTic Gaming, though, the opposition on the A bomb side, trades coming through. Formal with the first kill. Ricky responding on the kill on Formal. And Karma smelling blood, looking for the enemy Cloud9 player, but looks like they've gotten just out of his sight. Spots one, catches him with some M8 shots. That's a headshot. Lacefield's gone. However, the bomb is going down. Ricky putting it down, getting away. Heat wave on Karma. He beats him down after the RK5 burst. Assault trying to finish the job. 35 seconds left for the defuse or the explosion, whichever comes first. Here comes Karma, engaging him with Scump. That's OpTic Gaming's round. They find the 2 kills, and here comes the defuse. And if you're just tuning in from XP Zone, we finally see OpTic Gaming put some more numbers on the board after Cloud9 finds first blood after first blood and capitalizes on it almost every time except for this one.
And really right there, we just saw the perfect bait and switch from Karma that didn't need the switch. Scump, not even necessary in that gunfight. Karma goes huge to get that 1v2, and keep in mind, that heat wave got burned as well. I told you, man, the most devastating gun in this game is that RK5 when you're hip firing it. Absolute insanity for that weapon, but still, they're going to see once again in the final kill game. You're actually going to catch it just that time. Karma able to win that assault rifle battle. And again, pretty important round as well for OG to get back into this. You do not want C9 to start running away with it, especially for that being a 3v4 clutch. Again, Lacefield gets that first blood without OpTic being able to trade.
Yeah, Karma's hipfire beatdown right there that we saw side bottom glass was huge for them. They shut down the heat wave and were able to work accordingly and as a coordinated unit for that retake and the fuse. Now, OpTic Gaming still in this game. 3-2 lead by Cloud9 though. We see a play from OpTic Gaming gravitating towards the A site. Similar setup from Cloud9 just 2 rounds ago. Only one player on B, 3 stacking A, waiting for someone to give up too much. Smokes coming down. We saw Formal with them on his class earlier. Frag grenade coming in, usually from Ricky. He's not able to connect with a kill, but he finds it with his gun. There's a 2-piece. Another one, Ricky. Karma finds one on Aches, though, has access to the heat wave. He's 100 points away from the dart. He knows just how important and valuable his life is in this scenario with 4 kills in a row. They need those streaks. They need the utility.
It is 100% right now worth it for Karma to use this heat wave to try and secure the dart. I think it'd be fair to say, of course, it is the 2v3, so it is going to be a risk. Of course, Crim6 with that overdrive typically used it at the start of the rounds. Of course, there are 27 seconds left. That bomb's down. Keep in mind, Blast Suppressor is banned. We saw this position with Haggy in it yesterday on. Very tough to pull off, and now you're just going to see Karma back away. He's going to be playing for his streaks. There's only going to be one player on the hunt. That's Ricky. But you see Karma going to be able to get out of dodge. This round is going to end with Karma keeping his life, working towards those streaks, but C9 able to go up 4 rounds to 2.
Yeah, and Karma's playing this smart. This is what we're going to see as a save round, 100 points away from a from a score streak with his special stability active. He's just waiting to see if anyone's going to rush him. He feels fine with giving that round to OpTic Game or to Cloud9 rather, because if he stays alive with those streaks, that could be multiple rounds for OpTic Gaming.
Something that's interesting as well, we see Crim6 repeatedly. He's playing very, very solo, pushing up very aggressively. That last round, he was able to get some shots on a player, but they all turned around, and he was forced to back off. But in previous rounds, players have just walked right past Lacefield, who's just waiting for them in various locations. They're getting first blooded and no trade. So it's very risky, that battle that they are going to be playing against C9. We're going to see how it pans out. Of course, right now, OpTic Gaming is 3 stacked B bomb site. They are wasting no time, it looks as well. Maybe actually they are. Thought they were just going to push straight through. Looks like they might be taking a second, of course, on the flip side of things. Ricky, that bomb in hand. A bomb site is clear, and neither team has any idea what's going on.
Cloud9 all executing towards the A site. OpTic Gaming slow in the rotation, still trying to play carefully, checking those corners. They can't see what we see. Crim6 has access to the overdrive, not in a situation to use it though, because he knows Cloud9's so close. First engagement going down, cannot win that gun battle. The chest high cover coming in full effect, and Crim6 knows he can't win it. However, Ricky getting the call from his teammates to put the bomb down. He's surrounded, covered on every angle. He's also halfway to his heat wave, a fraction of his bar for score streaks away from his first one. Crim6 though is able to catch Aches right in the back. Lacefield around the corner, waiting for the trade. And here it is, he just might get it. Doesn't shoot yet. Someone needs to pull the trigger. This should not happen. Crim6 outmaneuvering 2 Cloud9 players in a situation where he should have been eliminated. Formal finds the final kill on Assault, and that's a round win that should have gone for Cloud9, but OpTic Gaming took over.
We were looking down at Crim6 from his perspective. There are 3 players in that room, and 2 of them are looking on that staircase. He slides in, and I was like, man, that sucks for him. Like, he doesn't know what's about to happen, but he's going to die. Maybe he baits for his teammates. Then both of them completely miss the fact that it happens. They buddy up next to each other, face the wrong direction, and Crim6, I mean, you know, what more can he say? He's able to get 3 that round. Pretty devastating stuff, of course. Formal doesn't want to give his team, or let his teammate get the ace. I think, actually, on Infection against Luminosity, Formal picked up the first 3 kills in a round, and Crim6 stole the ace from him. So maybe just a little bit of revenge coming in there. Either way, then, again, OpTic Gaming able to fight back. Still, though, gonna have to put something together on offense. Overdrive still not getting pops. Karma, of course, has that dart in hand.
I'm curious to see what Lacefield's screen looked like during that ordeal. Did he look away just as Crim6 turned the corner? Embarrassing end to that round there for sure, because it was a perfect setup. Now we're looking through the eyes of Karma. 25 points away from the rest of his score streak. Still has the heat wave, so you can pretty much guarantee he's going to finish out that bar. Scump, though, mid-map. Overdrive coming in from Crim6. Getting aggressive. Spots one player in the corner. The hip fire because of the speed boost. So difficult to shoot him in that situation. 3-on-2. Assault and Aches outnumbered. The utility is also on the side of OpTic Gaming. Karma still trying to stay alive for those streaks. He hasn't had too much action because he's trying to play safe. And if Scump can get this bomb down, he has kinetic armor.
Well, at the very way, Assault and Aches need to pull off something crazy. Scump right now is going to be on the hunt. Aches is going to be off to the side. He's going to get the trade. However, Assault's going to be the 1 versus 2, able to get the 1 burst on Formal as well. So this is a very winnable situation. Karma going to peek as well. Assault definitely noticed the player went to burst the left side. He's going to pop that psychosis as well. at this from Karma's perspective to see what he's going to do. It's going to be a bot that's actually just to his left. He doesn't give away his position as well. That is pretty important to make note of. He's going to be able, well, I thought he was going to turn left and go near Assault. Looks like he's going to be able to get this bomb down on A. Going to see how Assault decides to play this.
Karma's in a scary situation because he knows he has to get the bomb down. However, being 25 points away from your score streaks, having access to that heat wave, if Assault catches him while he's defusing, all of the work over the past 2 rounds would be undone. But getting the bomb down, he's fully streaked out, knows where Assault is at because of the lightning strike ping. So much utility on the corner of OpTic Gaming. It's looking like we might see a tie game. However, 27 seconds left in the round. Assault needs to get a kill and a defuse here. Hellstorm coming in, catches him outside, but no, he gets the hit marker as Assault ducks into cover. He finishes the job. 4-4 OpTic Gaming.
Completely respectable play by Karma as well. It is definitely the smart thing to do to go ahead and burn one of your streaks. That's what they're there for, to secure those rounds. Of course, gets the hit marker with the Hellstorm missile. That would not be fun to get hit by, but of course, Karma does not hesitate, immediately goes for the challenge. Easy cleanup kill for him. And again, OpTic Gaming fighting back in this one, tying things up at 4-4 now. Though again, back on the attack, gonna see if Cloud9 is able to respawn or if, well, OpTic Gaming might have just figured their game out.
Really loving the play call from OpTic Gaming over the past few rounds. Able to keep Karma alive and continue the progress to those score streaks and the specialist ability. Utilizing the ping of 1 and the Hellstorm for the second. Eggs popping that camo, not too much coming from it, but he does gain himself a valuable position and some information as to the enemy team setup as several OpTic Gaming players on the opposite bomb site. The rotation should be coming in here now as we're planted. 40 seconds on the clock. Karma finds a kill with the dart. Still has a lightning strike without a ping to work with. We're coming down to the wire here, ladies and gentlemen. Every step counts. Crimsix knows someone's around the corner, spots him. Ricky in the corner, needs to win the gunfight. No! He doesn't see him. 2 Cloud9 players in his way. Karma.
Able to get the trade on that one. That's going to leave Lacefield in the 1 versus 3. Actually, Karma, he's just going to go ahead and hop right on bomb. We're going to watch this from Lacefield's perspective. Knows there's one player. Challenges the bomb as well. Gets the second. You see the heat wave actually gets popped. I believe Formal's going to have that in. And Lacefield gets the 3-piece for the final kill cam. OpTic Gaming, that is exactly how you choke.
Unreal. The positioning from Lacefield, the excellent VMP shots following through for every kill. He finds himself 3 in a huge clutch round. The momentum is heavily in favor of Cloud9 as we saw Karma burn through most of the utility they had spent working up for the past 3 rounds. So many storylines in this search and destroy game alone, making up for the choke we saw a few rounds prior to give Crimsix the 2-piece. So now, OpTic Gaming again with the A execute. So many rounds of their offense have gone towards here. The nades coming in, just barely whiffing on Formal camo on the power position. That's scary. Tags up 1, finishes it with the headshot. Assault is down for the count. Now the smoke play coming in. We've seen this on every offensive round from OpTic Gaming, how valuable the smoke could be. Scump is now in position, putting the bomb down. This will also give him kinetic armor. We might just see around 11 as the odds are continuing to climb in their favor.
Worst case scenario right now for OG. They do have that lightning strike in the back pocket if things start to get crazy again. This is a very open bomb site, of course, though. OpTic Gaming going for the pinch. One player is going to get caught. Scump's going for the challenge. Able to connect with that gunfight. It is going to be a 2 versus 3. Scump, though, going to be trying to make that a 1 versus 3 here. The lightning strike get called in as well. Doesn't find a single person, but that bomb is going to be clear. Lacefield, he just clutched the 3 before. He's not going to be able to do it again. Did save that kinetic armor for the round 11. But this might be the one that decides it all against C9. If they do not pick up this game, their tournament dreams are most likely going to be over because that uplink is not going to go well. So if OG pulls this off, they can sit back and relax, feel very comfortable within the series, but they got to clutch up in round 11.
OpTic Gaming's cohesive play has gotten them this far. Will it close out the game in the round 11, or will Cloud9 clutch up once again? We've seen huge explosive plays from players like Ricky. 2 pieces to open up rounds. Lacefield clutching with a 1v3. It all matters now that we're in round 11 with 1 ability on both sides.
Both teams just feeling each other out. Neither wants to make the mistake that is going to cost them this map. Neither team has a single player pushed up past that 50-yard line. Crimsix right now is playing the most aggressive, but C9 has absolutely no one been map. A minute left in this round. Still plenty of time to work with. You see OG beginning to make their moves. Crimsix pushing up pretty aggressively. See Aches is actually going to be watching the map. Definitely got spotted there. Going to just try to force the nade out. He's actually going to cancel it as well. You pull the pin on a grenade, you might as well just put it back in. Aches, of course, has moved this systems. Trophy system's going to get popped as well. Now OpTic Gaming's taking the blind fight over towards B. Here the kinetic armor going to get popped by Lacefield. Lacefield actually used his in that situation. That's going to be a 3v4 again. Lacefield with that first blood does not get traded. The smokes are going to come in as well. Gotta imagine if OpTic Gaming is going to play. Actually, that is going to be the case. Formal's able to get that down. Looking towards the smoke. 3v4. Can OpTic Gaming clutch up Karma? Able to get that first blood. Going to get traded out. It is going to be up to Crim6 and Formal, of course. C9, though, has to be able to get that defused. They have triple stacked over on the defensive eye. Sword, the assault shot his teammate in the back of the head. That is not a helpful thing to do. This is the worst time you could possibly have that situation come up. Crim6, though, is going to try to escape his life. Has the clutch 1v2. And Lacefield coming in clutch. He gets the ace that round. All four returning the trash talk, asserting dominance. He's trying to make the argument that he's the best sub in the game.
That's the fire Lacefield needed exactly throughout that entire map. Bailing Cloud9 out of every bad situation that could have possibly come. You see Aches, the hype man, keeping the energy going. Cloud9's looking so good in this series, in this map at least, closing it out at round 11. The OpTic fans in the crowd aren't too happy about that at the moment, but well played on both sides. Cloud9 just did it better in round 11.
Bro, Assault might very well owe Lacefield like $5,000. Like, depending on how the rest of this series go out, Assault, he shoots his teammate in the back of the head. In the back of the head. And round 11, when they have the player advantage, of course, Lacefield never hurts when you get an ace. We actually did see a bit of the kinetic armor battle. Lacefield, again, comes out on top of the first gunfight and then wins the next 3 as well. I mean, it really doesn't get better than that for him.
The little headshot there, the team kill, reminds me a little bit of a grenade that we saw last year on, what was it, Solar Search and Destroy.
I think that was Enable, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Axon knew Enable. Pretty huge team kill there. We're seeing it once again here, however. Lacefield able to clean up those mistakes, sweeping the rest of the OpTic Gaming roster in round 11 to take map number 2. And he is loving every bit of it right now. He has the hype, the fire behind him. The crowd might not be supporting him, but his team sure is. And now we're getting into map number 3, Infection uplink chance.
To be completely honest, though, if I am Cloud9, can we forfeit map 3 so we can carry the hype into map number 4? Because frankly, again, uplink has not been their strongest game mode at all.
Oh yeah, this looks like a real punishment coming up here for Cloud9, coming off of that win in Search and Destroy.
Either way, though, these teams definitely aren't allowed to do that. That's not a thing. We are going to have to play it out, so OpTic Gaming definitely has a pretty fantastic opportunity to kind of reclaim some of that hype, of course. Never know what's going to happen if Lacefield continues to play like that. They've seen weirder things here at Call of Duty XP. What's the weirdest thing you've seen so far, Fox?
Well, weirdest in terms of, give me some context here to this chance.
Most abnormal thing that's happened in this event.
All right, so you just used a synonym for weird.
I mean, how else am I supposed to rephrase that?
I mean, there's this guy. He's got this like black, what is it, charcoal suit on, a blue shirt underneath it. He's got a headset on. He's been real weird all weekend.
I was looking for something along the lines of Complexity taking down OpTic Gaming, who comes in known as the best team of the game. It was pretty weird to see them fall. Also pretty weird to see, again, that lackluster Search and Destroy game. A lot of these things very surprising, very abnormal to see. Again, most important tournament of the year. And again, there's just been some serious struggles there. Of course, if this goes to map 5, all that means is the OG fans, they can't feel comfortable. Obviously, that went all the way around 11. A single gunfight could have been the difference maker. So it's definitely not the end of the world, but it never really feels safe. Of course, though, these respawn game modes, OG certainly going to be looking to shut it down here. Of course, their last series, I believe they won 3-0 or 3-1. I think it might have actually been 3-0, and then the previous one was a 3-1.
Yeah, but still, back to your thing about weird things. I mean, the weirdest thing for me is seeing OpTic Gaming in the losers bracket. I mean, when we saw the Cloud9 match and just prior to this one, we were talking about what the next matchup's going to be, and I'm like, oh, OpTic Gaming, if they lose this, they'll be all right. And I, of course, knew that they were in the losers bracket. However, it just didn't click in that moment. We're seeing the best team in the world that has just made runs through so many different tournaments, just about every single one they could enter, coming out in first place. That's got to be the weirdest things for them to go out, is to take that loss in groups and then find themselves in the losers bracket.
You remember back a couple of months ago when this tournament was supposed to be single elimination? Could you imagine? Oh, could you imagine? Oh my God.
Rage.
Just the wave storm of just, hey, it would have been insane to be a witness of course, though. We are going to be moving into Infection uplink, and well, the two arguable most powerful specialists for this particular game mode are going to be the first two to fall. Active Camo, something that pretty much can guarantee you a 2-point play. And Overdrive as well, something you can completely open up the map with that drone in hand. They're going to fall. Now we're going to see how the game adjusts from here. We've seen some weird ban and protect so far. High Cal has snuck in for a game. Blast Suppressor is out here getting banned in Search and Destroy, so not going to see if Infection's going to be a little bit different.
Yeah, with Overdrive and HCXD gone, they're very common bans in Uplink. So far what you've seen on your screen is very common. Aside from maybe the Heat Wave, you usually see other abilities and other things prioritized over that, but Active Camo, Overdrive, two things you don't want to deal with when you see a drone carrier. HCXD, just one of the easiest score streaks to game with, costing the least, right, alongside counter UAV. You see the Heat Wave ban come in. Again, another one of those things that you can use with or without the drone that can guarantee you a play. It can also stop that drone carrier's thruster movement right in midair. The Man of War ban coming through as well. Cloud9's been banning that out for a couple of the series now, so I'm surprised it hasn't come up yet. OpTic Gaming taking care to do so. Overclock also gone. Afterburner still in the game. High Caliber's made it in for 2 maps so far this series. Rapid Fire has been out for all of them. Let's see how Laceville closes it out. Shiva's gone. High Caliber makes it through again.
I think that's something we probably should have been able to predict. OpTic Gaming, pretty big fans of this Shiva. Crim6 loves to use it, Karma loves to use it, and then Formal, he'll use pretty much whatever you put in front of him, but it obviously has a devastating capabilities with that gun, so not going to have to be concerned about that if you are a fan of C9. Of course, though, back into the Specialist draft as well. Going to see probably, I would expect, 2 weapons from either side, of course. We know Formal has been preferring that Scythe most of the day, but Assault definitely going to be picking up that Tempest. Going to see what kind of battle we have.
I'm surprised that Shiva ban came through so late. I mean, we've seen just how dominant Karma and Crim6 can be when they get their hands on it. That would have been the first ban if I'm shot calling for Cloud9 in the ban and protect phase. However, OpTic doesn't even opt to protect it. So no worries of it going out there. Scythe and Tempest for both sides for our specialist weapons here. Going 2 weapons, 2 abilities. And that's bound to happen when we see things like Camo, Overdrive, and Heat Wave get banned out in this game mode. Kinetic Armor should be a constant for both sides. Lacefield and Scump, the best SMGs in the lobby, are going to be taking those.
For that matchup, though, I'm definitely going to have to give the edge to Lacefield. Definitely Scump, map number 1, towards the end, completely went off. I think it was something like an 8 streak, I think he might have gone on. I know he was fully streaked out over by Palace going to Greenhouse, but Lacefield, if you're picking up 3 pieces for the final kill cam to win rounds, and you get an ace in round 11, that is going to be incredibly tough to argue against. So he has certainly risen to the occasion going against the best team in the game. One could argue, at least, of course, we're going to be able to find that out for sure tomorrow afternoon, more than likely. Either way, though, going to give Lacefield that side edge so far. Scump, though, very well may be able to bounce back. And, of course, as mentioned before, OpTic Gaming, not too shabby at Infection Uplink. Cloud9, pretty shabby.
Yeah, you got to give this, for this map here, OpTic Gaming might have looked vulnerable this weekend, whatever. You could say a lot of that. You could say a lot of Karma underperforming, Crim6 underperforming. However, it's still the OpTic Gaming roster we've seen all year, and they're dominant in game modes like Uplink. The odds are heavily in their favor here. Cloud9 has a lot of work to do if they want to find a win factor in this map. However, they do have Lacefield, a player who's perfectly capable of creating those windows of opportunity. And we saw just that in the Search and Destroy, making the most of a high-pressure situation where his teammates seem to be wanting to destroy it for him. He still comes through and finds them a map win. So the talent and the capability is certainly on the side of Cloud9. However, the historical precedent in terms of all the Call of Duty World League on the side of OpTic Gaming.
Realistically, though, I think the best case scenario right now for C9 is if Lacefield continues to play like he has been and Assault can put up a pretty impressive performance as well. It's going to be similar to the hard point where at a certain point OpTic Gaming just takes over and finishes off the win. So I think best case scenario is just a respectable win for OpTic Gaming. But again, that's only if they're performing at their best. Again, this game mode has been a struggle. I don't think they've even come close to winning a single map. Elevate when they played earlier. Granted, it was on evac. They lost 19-3. Which I think is the highest score differential for Uplink that I've seen this entire tournament, and that's, when the number 32 seed is playing the highest, seed whenever they faced off of.
So Uplink, ladies and gentlemen, for all of our new viewers, if you might not know how this game mode is played, there is a drone, a circular object, some might call it a ball, in the middle of the map. You want to take that drone into your hands, so one player not able to use their weapon, they're going to run it down the map, toss it in for 1 point, or carry it into those glowing orbs for 2 points. And the team that does it the most wins. You got 5 minutes on each side. Teams will switch at each round. Let's kick off the game with Formal. His assault rifle is going to be huge for OpTic Gaming here.
I mean, so far as I'm concerned, this is going to be the map for Formal to absolutely shine. I know earlier when he was playing on Infection, granted it was search and destroy, but he was putting up some serious numbers. I think he dropped some odd 12, 13 kills along those lines. Pretty fantastic stuff, of course. Both teams kind of carrying that passive play that they saw in the search and destroy over into the uplink. No one really wanted to cross that 50-yard line. Karma, though, going to be able to strike first, getting that first blood. Of course, trades coming in. Formal putting the laser shot down, gets assault from cross map as well, connects with both of those bursts, and OpTic Gaming going to be in control of that drone. First off the bat, Crimsix has it in hand.
So we saw the afterburner kick in there for the third kill, and Formal was able to stay in air just long enough to line up his shot. And look, just Formal's not stopping. Someone needs to shut him down. Aches is able to find the kill. However, Crimsix, we see OpTic Gaming take this route with the drone a lot on this map. And it works out for them so well. They can just run face first into the enemy team, especially when plays like those come from Crimsix. Expect to see the drone, rather than coming through Graveyard, cut straight through the right side of Church.
Well, you see that drone is pushed all the way up, but they got some problems. They got players coming in from the back. I believe he's trying to get the toss over. He just bounced that off a tree, and he's not going to be able to pick it up. Unfortunate one-point toss there, because you can actually see his teammates were able to pick up some kills. Now, still, he's in a pretty powerful position. He's able to pick up a kill or two, and he's getting a two-piece. Lacefield is just on one right now. Gets the three-piece as well. Looking for the fourth. It has to be Scump that's able to shut him down. Either way, though, that drone just came in from that 15-second reset. Aches is going to have that in hand. Has the opportunity to get the one-point shot. Try and see if Formal's going to be able to make that interception. Gets the kill with the one burst and catches it as well. Formal, you are a god.
Formal coming off spawn is able to get 2 kills in a row, reset the drone, and set up a turnover for his team. Reset the drone play, rather, and set up a turnover for his team. Formal taking point on B Street. Oh, puts his gun down just in time for Assault to get the better. Aches to get the better of him. 3 kills go in favor of Cloud9. Karma's in position. Assault finishes the job. Slaying so far on this map has not been a problem for any of the players on Cloud9. They just needed to translate into some points here.
Well, this is a fantastic opportunity to do so. You see Aches, the one with the drone, is actually going to fall mid-map. 3 players from Cloud9 just pushed into the spawn recklessly. Well, OpTic Gaming doesn't have anywhere else to spawn up. They're going to appear mid-map, so that drone is just going to be stuck for the moment. 3 more kills going in favor, though, of C9. You can see Ricky doing as much damage as he possibly can. Going to be on that 3 streak, but still got to pick up the drone. You got to start moving. He has a gunfight going down. Formal has that, of course. Lacefield, though, has a little bit of clearance. He's going to get cut down by Karma. Still, though, Aches has in hand. Going to be going potentially for the one-point shot again. Going to be going out that side Granny's window, waiting for his teammates to see if Assault can make any damage to him. Once again, Formal, well, he was set up for the one-point play. Assault, though, is able to take him down in Cloud9 on the board.
I gotta say, OpTic played that very well. We saw Ricky coming behind the enemy lines, and OpTic didn't lose sight of him one bit. They knew he was there. Formal coming up and thrusting off of his spawn so that he could get the jump on Ricky. Was able to take him out in their base with very little harm done. Welcome from XP Zone. We see Lacefield yet again taking it over as he's been doing this whole series. Finding the 2-piece on Broken. Answer back to OpTic Gaming slaying power. Assault, though, finding the kill on the Karma. Has to answer to Formal. Formal, though, not being questioned in this situation. Holding down that mid-map control. He's waiting for his teammates to make a move on Broken.
Well, Crimsix actually with the perfect nade right there. Aches on one of the best head glitches in the game. Can't do a thing. Assault, though, trying to lock down mid-map. Karma, though, he's going to be able to juke this one out and go over towards Barn. You see he has a little bit of teammate clearance. You see that Psychosis has been popped. Ricky, though, has the pistol. Karma, though, just going to jump over, and the beatdown comes in, but not before the point gets on the board. OpTic Gaming making this once again a 2-point lead.
Again, Cloud9 has no problems wiping the enemy team and keeping up in the slaying column, but they're not translating it into points. They get set up for these opportunities, and something goes wrong and fails the entire strategy. Formal here, just around the corner from several players, loses, wins the gunfight against Lacefield, who was waiting patiently to take him over. Assault also dying to Scump. Scump, best SMG in the game, just a few moments away from kinetic armor. His gunfight percentage just skyrocketed as soon as he gets it. 3 enemy players of Cloud9, though, to face on the opposite side of Church. How will OpTic Gaming respond?
Well, Scump and Former the leading duo. Scump is going to fall. Crimsix, though, he's already in that 1-point territory range. Is going to be one shot. Might reset this armor. Going to let his teammate push out. Tries to go and just get the 1-point toss off. Ricky, though, he's got the fist, and he's going to beat him down for his troubles, of course. 33 seconds left. Cloud9 has another opportunity to get some points on the board. You see, well, Lacefield, he's trying to cover mid-map. He's saying, hey, guys, there's nothing here. Bring this drone on around. And, of course, keep in mind, Aches right now, he's going to be coming up the fly, looking to do some damage. Going to win one gunfight as well. They're going to have to double back. Ricky, though, there might just not be enough time. OpTic Gaming, you can see they're on the hunt. He's surrounded by green arrows. Scump's going to be able to shoot him on the back. 11 seconds left. Maybe Crimsix is going to be able to get a 1-point toss in the final seconds. Actually, Karma Karma going to have that drone in hand.
That play from Cloud9 looks so sloppy here. Rounding out the last few seconds here, Karma's going to try and line up for a one-point play. Looks like he could very well sink it. The shot goes in and connects. OpTic Gaming is up 4-1 into the second half, but again, back to that play from Cloud9, sending Lacefield through mid as the front line. I feel like that's your player that has the hot hand and the heavy shot with the submachine gun you need. That's not the one that I want to go down. I almost would have rather seen Aches go in first, because Ricky can't do it when he has the drone in his hands, and it all falls apart once Lacefield dies. OpTic turns it around and converts it into a one-point play to end the round.
I feel like if you start out on that favored side and you end up going down 4 points to 1, things are not going to be looking very good for you. See, Formal has that Tempest ready. Kinetic armor for Scumpy. 4 minutes and 47 seconds. See how much time either of these teams are going to be working with. It looks like Assault has actually pulled out the Tempest already at the start of the round on the defensive end. Karma, though, is going to be able to pick up 2. Karma might be looking for the 3rd as well. He's going to be by himself. Assault is able to pick up 1. That chain may very well connect. That is going to be the case. Still, though, Scump has that drone in hand, has kinetic armor as well. Doesn't even need to pop it. He's going to whiff that one-point shot. Go back to the gym. Work on your jumper.
Scump whiffing the one-point play. Cloud9's going to take that, turn it into an opportunity for them to push up on Rock side. Aches taking point with the assault rifle. You could see the Scythe come out if he needs to win multiple engagements. Formal turning the corner. He loses it to Formal on that chest-high cover into Aches' pre-aim. He still wins the engagement. The rest of Cloud9, though, able to come out on top. If Aches wins that gunfight against Formal, that would have been huge for Cloud9. The stick comes in. Lacefield shut down early. One-point play coming in. There's a throw, followed by the interception. Formal takes it and tosses it off the map. Still holding on to that Scythe on both sides, Formal and Aches. We got to wait for that duel to come down.
Well, Formal 2 for 2 with interception opportunities. Got to give him gold there. He is shooting trophy systems just with, precision. Insane coming out of him. Salto trying to go for the one-point toss. He's going to get stopped. And, of course, Ricky coming off the respawn, nowhere to be found. Now Scump, he's going to have an opportunity again with that kinetic armor. Well, to get some map control, then pick that drone back up and see if you can make 2. Well, Formal is doing exactly that. He's able to pick up 2. Crimsix is going to get that 3rd. There's 1 player left alive for C9. Now there are no players left alive for C9. That is going to be a 2-point play coming in for Scump. More importantly, Karma has the Tempest in hand. He's watching the overextend, so good luck getting through here, C9. Expect some rally scores.
The Formal train has begun, and Karma and Formal have their specialist weapons out on mid-map. It's looking like we're going to see a relay. Crimsix goes in for the one-point play, and him fires for the 2-piece. He's shooting bodies. He's letting them have it. The OpTic Gaming crowd is roaring after a display of excellence we've seen in this uplink so far. Formal 25 points away, streaked out 2/3 of the way. Karma shooting rockets, not letting it stop there.
Oh, Crimsix, let him know. Still OpTic Gaming sitting in the spawn of C9. They are having all sorts of problems. That drone got hit for a 15-second reset. Scump thinks he has an AR in his hands, and we can't tell the difference. Crimsix picking up kills as well. That's going to be 4 in a row for OpTic Gaming. Crimsix finds his second. Karma has that drone in hand. It looks like a couple players are getting called down. You also notice that Cerberus is going to be on the map. There's a Hellstorm as well. This is at least another one-point toss. Formal finds the 3rd. Karma going to hit that one-point toss, and Formal is on a streak, man, on a mission. Welcome to the 4th streak, going for more, gonna get the 5th, and he stays alive.
Can't do this.
Has the lightning strike, finally gets cut down, but that drone still in control of OpTic Gaming.
Formal taking over this game, and no one from Cloud9 has the gall to respond. 2 versus 3 situation. Lacefield still able to take the drone. But with Karma behind enemy lines, his flank is incoming, and no one from Cloud9 sees it coming. Where's the shot calling? Where's the communication? You're getting wiped, and there's still someone in your base. Karma is one of the players to put those 3 kills in his pocket. Lacefield responding. But
C9.
Is it enough?
Well, C9 has been able to stop the bleeding, but they got 1 minute and 38 seconds to score 7 points, and that drone has gone for that 15-second reset. There is a 5th OpTic Gaming member on the map. They got Wally hanging out. Scump's going to be there as well, and well, he doesn't seem to be able to lose gunfights. More importantly, Formal, he's racking up some more kills as well. Look at that, 32 and 15, passing the drone up to his team. Well, actually passing the drone directly to his teammate. Either way, that's going to be able to pay off. You see Scump going to be able to hit a one-point toss. Doesn't matter that Scythe got called out by Aches, because Formal, he has the M8. Gonna be able to clean up the 4th. He can't die. No. Go ahead and respawn, C9. Feed Formal more kills.
Yeah, he's got a full minute for them to feed him as much as he wants. He's got access to the lightning strike, 25 away from more streaks. He's shooting rockets. Formal, you cannot do this to Cloud9. He's just trying to figure out where they're spawning. That's Formal's biggest worry is, all right, where are they spawning now so I can go up to him, put him back on that 5-second delay, 25 points away from more score streaks, and Formal is untouchable.
He has actually killed so many people that this is a situation situation he's never been in. He doesn't know where they're spawning. He's looking around saying, all right, this has never happened before. I've killed too many of you. Please show up and let me kill more. On the 8th streak, calling in the Hellstorm, has a lightning strike in the back pocket. 30 seconds left. He's just going for records here in Infection Uplink.
You know you're in a good position when your biggest worry is, when is my next kill? Am I scheduled for an appointment in the next 2 seconds, or am I waiting for them to come off spawn again? Karma with the Tempest on mid-map, cracks Ricky down from the skies. OpTic Gaming looks like they're taking map number 3 in dominating fashion to go up in this series 2-1, and a map that we all knew was going to be heavily in their favor. This was a stomping from the OpTic Gaming juggernauts.
Well, if you're C9, I guess you can have the takeaway of, we knew that was an expected result, but just look at that scoreline. 39 kills, 17 deaths. Formal is literally outslaying combined members of the other team. You see that Ricky and Aches, they combined for 29 kills. Formal, more than, or nearly doubles that actually, gets to 39. Impressive stuff. Great performance coming out of OG.
Formal solo carried that game, and his teammates played around it perfectly for him to execute on everything he wanted to go for. OpTic Gaming wins map number 3 in dominating fashion, and nobody could answer to Formal. When he got in a position, players would just tuck tail and hide. No one can beat him gun on gun. Aches had the pre-aim, and he still lost to Formal coming on that chest-high cover.
You know what? It's a really good thing, actually, that Cloud9 was able to ban that Shiva. Because without that Shiva, he would have easily had more than 39 kills. But again, that was pretty much the map for him. And we talk about momentum. After that search and destroy, we saw just how high Blazefield was getting, deservedly slow. After that, now the entire crowd is getting hyped. Is there anything Cloud9 can do to stop this?
That's what we're seeing Cloud9 take right now is probably the longest walk to the bathroom anyone will ever experience. Walking by a sea of OpTic Gaming fans after a devastating loss, and then hearing my loud self yelling on the speakers above them. Cloud9 cannot be feeling good. The search and destroy had them on a high, but we're looking at OpTic Gaming just crushing it.
CTF, there is a thing called hope for Cloud9. We're going to try and sell the story in their favor.
Any less disingenuous about that?
I was sort of genuine. And the thing is, even if it's map 5, again, it's not like OpTic, yes, they performed poorly this week, but still, they got taken all the way to round 11. It's a close game. So we've had convincing win, very tight game, complete blowout. It seems to be, going more and more in favor of OpTic Gaming. I don't know. What else can we really say other than that the green wall feeling pretty strong here today?
Yeah, Formal was the brick wall in that game for the enemy team. He was unstoppable. Again, no one to respond to him heading into the CTF. You got to expect him to carry that over. I mean, we've seen Formal bounce back from the toughest of situations in the grand finals of Anaheim against Elevate when we saw Felony go on one of the biggest streaks we've seen in Hardpoint in a long time. Formal was able to just answer back with one of his own, and OpTic Gaming still came out with a map win and ultimately winning the entire tournament thereafter. Formal's just one of those players you expect to bring that slaying capability to every single map he loads into.
Yes. Either way, the players have begun to return, emerging once again from that deserved break. Again, one of the best single performances we have seen so far in this tournament. Formal as well, giving the crowd the once what, giving them a nice little wave, in the crowd responding in a very positive manner. Of course, we are going to be making C9 come back as well. Going to see how these players are able to respond. So keep in mind, they lost the hard point, was a tough-ish game, and they respond in an incredible fashion as well. They take out the gaming to round 11, and Blazefield is able to get that ace in round 11. So C9 has been able to bounce back once. The question is, can they do it a second time?
Yeah, Formal, usually a player you see so stoic, so unbothered despite the carnage he's laying down in a game. You see him hyping up the crowd. He's feeling the energy, and coming into this next map, he has the hot hand and the momentum.
I mean, frankly, at this point, I'm pretty sure the crowd is actually hyping up Formal. He's a guy that's stoic 99% of the time, and they were able to get him a crack a smile. So that's pretty impressive stuff. The crowd is out here making plays, trying to get behind their boys in green. Of course, again, going into map 4, we already know who we're going to be going on board with. We're going to see if Formal can continue that dominance. Again, at one point went on like a 9 streak, something like that. Scumpy had a fantastic performance. Map number 1 sounds like Aches. I'm just going to guess that Aches just came back, because that is not the most positive response I've heard, but a lot of chance going on. Banana in hand is the Ginger Ninja.
That's the factor right there, is the banana. You got to get the food groups in, man.
You know, no joke, Sensor actually said that. It was after a team on like day 1, they suffered a pretty tough loss.
Yeah.
He was like, you know what? And it's a very Sensor thing to say. He's like, go hit up the gym, relax a little bit, eat a banana, come back the next day even stronger. So maybe Scump listening to, well, definitely not listening to Sensor Martin for a little bit, but either way, he's eating a banana, folks. That's the analysis that we have come to.
Is the first person you should go to for any sort of nutrition advice. And Scump following through with that banana here. We're seeing this matchup against Cloud9. He's feeling comfortable about it.
And again, ladies and gentlemen, this is losers bracket round 3. Both of these teams trying to make the run of their lives. I think if I recall correctly, the only run we've seen from the losers bracket where the team is able to win the double best of 5s in the very end was FaZe. And FaZe is another team that is currently sitting in losers. So a lot of potential here for one of the most historic runs in Call of Duty history. And what better event to do it at than the largest tournament of all time, the $2 million one at CoD XP here in Los Angeles,
and just
presented
look at
by
this
PS4.
matchup. And just look at this matchup. We're seeing 2 of the best in-game leaders that Call of Duty has ever seen. They're also former teammates in a similar situation last year where we saw FaZe was able to knock out OpTic. It's just poetic, honestly. Now we're waiting for the players to get loaded up into this match. Fringe CTF is going to be our next one. OpTic Gaming is 1 map away from ending Cloud9's tournament run.
Also, we did just get word, the winner of this match, of course, as they move into losers round 4, is going to be playing the loser of Envy versus Fab Gaming. Now, of course, you're going to expect Envy to win that situation, but there's the potential for OpTic Gaming to get their revenge on Envy in this next round, of course. That completely depends on a completely separate thing that's going on right now. Either way, the most important thing is this upcoming game. Fringe capture the flag. Can OpTic Gaming shut it down here? Or will C9 be able to force the map 5? And then, of course, if that map 5 gets forced, what the hell is going to happen? Either way, though, Banner Protect's coming in, and you see those smokes, actually. That's going to be the first thing targeted by C9. Of course, the smokes, incredibly useful in trying to pull out a flag for a sneak.
OpTic as a team, Fringe is one of their better maps, and you can thank Formal kindly for that. And with his performance in Uplink, expect to see him carry over his strengths into the CTF. On the opposite side, though, for Cloud9, I do see Assault coming to life with the Assault Rifle. We'll see if the Shiva makes it through if you're Cloud9. I think that's a bit of a mistake to let it slip. But we could see Assault take the helm with that weapon. I think that he'll still get overpowered by all the Shiva presence we would see on the side of OpTic Gaming. So for the bans here, Overdrive coming through for the first. That's the first one from OpTic Gaming. Cloud9 banning the smokes. We saw OpTic made great use of it in the search and destroy. HCXD and Overclock to round it out. Rapid fire comes through. High Caliber's made it into every map we've seen so far. However, neither team opting to use it. Flashbang coming through as well. Expect the concussions to follow up with OpTic's 4th ban.
To be fair, this match so far has gone pretty much as expected, right? OpTic Gaming able to win both respawns, the uplink, in completely dominating fashion. Then, of course, the search and destroy woes for OG do continue. But so C9 going into this match, I'd have to imagine they're thinking the entire time, we just need to steal a respawn and win both searches. They've won the first search. This is their last attempt at stealing a respawn. But if you're going to take one, they already know they're not going to win the uplink. So they're holding out hope for that hard point. That is not successful. This is their last opportunity, well, to pull off half the dream. They got a long road ahead of them, not gonna lie. Either way, though, the specialist draft starting up as well. Formal, he's sticking with that scythe, and I'm gonna let Formal do whatever Formal wants. He could pick Rejack for all I care, and I would just talk about how great of a decision it is.
Glad to see you cheerleading there for Formal, but looking at the ban and protect, Cloud9 does let the Shiva slip through. High Caliber as well. I think that we saw Overdrive. Yeah, Overdrive made it through as well, so expect to see much faster flag routes coming from both teams. As you look at the specialist draft, Tempest for the side of Cloud9 as usual. That's going to be Assault taking it on the side of OpTic Gaming. Formal sticking to his guns, and that's going to be the Scythe, one of the best guns to have. On Fringe, I think we're going to see a lot of long-range engagements, and they're going to be huge, many of them with Formal coming out on top. My prediction for this map, though, I think OpTic Gaming closes it out 3-1. Cloud9, though, if you're a Cloud9 fan out there, you want them to get this map, force the game 5, and ultimately win it, as Cloud9 has been looking much stronger than OpTic and S&D throughout this weekend.
I would certainly hope the Cloud9 fans want that to happen again. They are just one map away from getting eliminated from Call of Duty XP, but we've gone over predictions. I think pretty much 99% of the community is in agreement on the expectation for this game. But the question is, for this individual map, the analysis, so to speak, what do you expect to see coming out of both sides? Not necessarily in terms of individual players, but in terms of how Fringe Capture the Flag actually is played.
Well, we're going to see lots of OpTic Gaming setting up for multiple points with the uplink join. And by that, not just multiple points, and of course stacking the score, but I mean making making multiple points off of one play. They're going to capitalize on their advantages and score on several different occasions off of one opportunity. OpTic Gaming, they do that on Breach all the time, and Fringe as well. Two of the big three maps that are played in every game mode. This is one of their best, and expect to see them do it pretty simply here in this Capture the Flag.
That's something that Hyper Games earlier on, they were playing against Splice, and again, Splice is the favorite team in that lineup. Hyper Games, they end up pulling one flag. Of course, this was on Stronghold, not Fringe. Pull one flag, run it back. I can't remember which player it was, but he hung back in the opponent's spawn on that flag peg, waiting for the rally, sat there for about 30 seconds, trusting his teammates to pick up all the kills. They did exactly that, and that one flag cap, which again, CTF games are never very high scoring, immediately rallied it into 2, and pretty much at that point, that game is almost over, because again, in CTF, you can turtle up in your base and play very defensively. So the strategy of going for those rally caps is definitely going to be a viable one. Of course, though, the map is starting up. OpTic Gaming versus Cloud9. Again, can Cloud9 force the Game 5, or OG continue their tournament run?
Yes, and again, we're taking a fly through Fringe here. As far as how this map is played, we were just raising that question. Expect to see lots of flag runs through Train there. Pretty fundamental way to play this map. One of the best routes to take it, with your main cutoffs being the small door and the exit on your side of the base. OpTic Gaming is a very strong team when it comes to running it through there. Expect to see some kinetic armor plays, especially from Scump and Lacefield for both sides of this team. Shiva in the hands of what looks like Karma, and we saw just how dangerous Karma Shiva was at MLG Orlando. Will we see a repeat of it here today in this matchup to close out the series, or will Cloud9 answer back and force a Game 5?
I gotta be completely honest, I normally like to go on board with the weird weapon, which would be the Shiva, but Formal has been too good, and he gets the first blood straight away onto Eggs with the M8. Fantastic shots there.
Formal opening up with one kill, not too much fight going down on mid-map. Other than that, however, he does catch and trap Lacefield inside Dub. Sliding out, he knows he can't win that gunfight. Karma, though, closest one to the action, spots a few players on the opposite side of Barn. No one in range for the Shiva. They're all behind cover. Looks like they just forgot about him here for a moment. Looks like player 4, Lacefield, just turns his back to him completely. Karma can do whatever he wants in the Cloud9 base. No one's answering to him. He's also not doing it too much with being a nuisance in terms of his positioning.
You did actually see right there, just the presence of Karma with that Shiva all the way to back spawn. The other 3 players for Cloud9, with the exception of Ricky, all ran back to their base on the hunt. Lacefield, by the way, tries to go for the peep down. In old Call of Duties, the knife would be a one-hit kill, no more. Eggs, of course, was able to get a kill. Karma didn't even pick up the flag. That is a bit of a misstep. Of course, his teammates fell around him anyway. It is just going to be Karma and Formal on the attack. Formal, very tough person to kill. He's 4-0, working towards those streaks. Of course, if he gets that flag cap, a lot of damage can potentially be done. Karma with that Shiva in the back of the map as well. Just going to see what the streaks do. Lacefield, good luck trying to win that gunfight. Gets the first shots, but Formal gets the last one. Another player comes around, Assault, finally able to shut him down. Scump, though, on the back has the potential to pick up this flag. Still, though, has a couple players to deal with. See, Ace is going to be in front of him. Scump, laser sight, going to be able to pick up that kill. Still, though, by himself, waiting on Karma to help him out. Crim6, of course, was actually that player. Picks up the flag, gonna fall right away. So OpTic Gaming putting on all sorts of pressure, but so far not able to convert.
Karma trying to hold down mid-map with the Shiva. Cloud9 has seemed to be very defensive so far in this game, allowing lots of presence from OpTic Gaming in terms of the AR players to hover around that Train area with free reign. We'll see if that ends up biting them later on in the game. Assault is able to find a kill on the Crim6. Again, in his base, not too much movement outside of it up until this point. Now we're seeing player 1, player 3, Aches and Assault moving up past the 50-yard line of the map. He finds another kill on mid-map, 275 points away from some score streaks. And he's 3/4 of the way filled through his specialist weapon, the Tempest there, which will be huge for map position, map control. However, Crim6 shuts him right down off of that. Ricky 1 kill away from Heatwave. He's waiting for someone across his path. Line of sight engaged. However, Karma gets the better of him in that situation, and Lacefield waiting for the trade. Spots Karma, catches him off guard. A little bit of base defense. He knows the trade is coming. One more inside. Barn tags him up, finishes the job. Third one in front of Barn. They can't seem to stop Lacefield here.
A lot of base defense coming out from C9. They are very fearful on this side of Fringe CTF. We've seen quite a few times where they have one player push up towards the other side. They cross mid-map, but the other 3 remaining players for C9, they just sit around the flag. They do not want to give up any flag caps on this side. Of course, OpTic Gaming, they've been on the attack. They put on some pressure. They've touched the flag for a moment, but they haven't been able to convert. Scump there, able to pick up a nice kill. Ricky is going to be the last player alive, and, well, you see what he's doing. He's going to be trying to distract as much as possible. Crimsix, of course, for OpTic Gaming has that flag in hand, but the gunfights must be won. You see a lot of damage actually going to be going over towards that flag. Scump, he's going to be the player on the hunt. A player actually ran past him, knows there's one out front. He's going to get spotted, not able to win that gunfight. Formal, of course, well, he's going to have to protect his fallen foe. You see Crimsix running just underneath him there, but the players right now are on the hunt. Lacefield going to be leading that charge for C9.
Lacefield, 2 players in front of him, finds the first gunfight. Team shot comes through to catch the second. Aches is there for the backup. He also has kinetic armor. Keeping Lacefield alive is huge for the team, as he can come through and stop this flag carrier. Assault does it for him, though. Flag return, flag pull, and a cap for Ricky. Cloud9 goes up 1-0, and Lacefield's trying to make it rally. This is exactly what we mentioned in the pregame, building off of mistakes, capitalizing on it more than once. Lacefield, 75 points from his score streaks, is lining up another flag cap for his team. 53 seconds left in the first half. OpTic Gaming's up 2-0, and Lacefield has streaks.
Lacefield on the 5-streak flag cap, has the lightning strike as well, and then goes right back to that base defense. So OpTic Gaming finds themselves in a very difficult position. They'd be lucky, honestly, if they could just get one flag on the board before this half ends. You're going to see that's a 3 down in favor of Cloud9. Now Cloud9 able to push up and get all sorts of map control, and they have the streaks as well to use if they need them. So if they get another wave of kills, expect that to come out. Flags are going to get pulled in that event, but of course you see all 4 players for OpTic Gaming. They're going to be flooding in the back, just doing everything they can to turtle up. And of course, C9 not playing overly aggressive. Aches is going to be that last one alive, and he's just hanging out mid-map. 11 seconds left. It's looking like C9 going to be going into side number 2 with a 2 flag cap lead.
Definitely a big first half for your Cloud9, coming off of that horrible uplink play, where OpTic Gaming just, it was their playground, essentially. This can be pretty big for the team's momentum going into the second half. However, now OpTic Gaming gets their chance at the same side. And there's a sea of OpTic Gaming fans watching the match unfold in front of their very eyes. The biggest tournament of the year. Letting them hear it.
Second side starting up. OpTic Gaming has to find a way. 1, to shut down Lacefield. 2, to deal with all of those score streaks that he have. And 3, to get at least 2 more flags on the board. Of course, while allowing no more to take place on your side. Of course, Lacefield getting tagged up with that EMP. So at least OpTic Gaming has a general feel for where he is located on the map. Of course, right now, he is still on his streak as well. Finally is going to get shut down. Assault mid-map is going to back up to try to watch that overextension. He did get spotted, so Crimsix knows exactly where this player is, goes for the challenge, wins the gunfight. Aches is the last one on the defensive side. It looks like he's going to be able to pick up 1. Pretty important kill as well, and that's just going to give his teammates enough time to spawn up. Still, though, OpTic Gaming, 3 members on the attack, looking to try and get a flag pull. Karma able to get a pick as well.
If either Lacefield or Assault is dead during an OpTic Gaming play, it's very easily a flag pull and a capture opportunity. Scythe comes in, though. Formal actually finishes the job on his teammate, putting him down, ending the flag run. Scump pulls the flag with kinetic armor active. He's got another engagement coming up. The heat wave comes in. Kinetic armor wearing off slowly but surely. Still turns and hip fires onto Ricky, ending his entire run.
Impressive stuff, but I don't know if it's going to make a difference. Aches has a gunfight in front of him. Formal is going to be able to pick up 2 in all likelihood. Karma should be able to take this one down. The active camo, though, perfect use out of there. Finishes the gunfight as well. You see Formal has gone for the counter pull, but the gunfight might be exchanged. Aches is going to be one shot, has a player coming in back. Formal now with the flag, going to be able to get away. Players are going to be on the chase, but I don't think anyone's going to be in near enough time. The only player that has an opportunity to make the stop is going to be Lacefield, and Karma has mid-map covered. Formal going to be able to get that flag in, cutting the lead in half.
So there we don't see a lightning strike coming in from Lacefield on mid-map. He instead decides to go gun on gun and engage the enemy team on mid-map, being punished for it. Several kills go in favor of OpTic Gaming. Lacefield, though, waiting in a corner, catching someone, calling in the score streaks. Formal's 175 points away from his streaks. He needs to stay alive here, finding 1 kill halfway to his scythe. Assault, though, catching Crim. Formal losing the gunfight to Ricky. 2 kills go in favor of Cloud9. He still has access to the lightning strike. Kinetic armor waiting to be popped, especially being around this barn area, and Scump just around the corner. You're going to expect him to use it here shortly. Doesn't even need to. Finds Scump, catches him with a hip fire. 1 more player at a distance. There, he pops it. Flags pulled. Awesome opportunity to take it through mid-map or train, waiting for the play call. Aches, this is where you come in handy. Down train it goes. Hoping to meet Assault on the opposite side instead of a wall of green. That's going to be Karma just behind him on the flank. Meeting Assault, he finds the first kill. However, that's the escort, not the flag carrier. Objective is captured. Cloud9's up 3-1.
Aegis controlling mid-map in that situation, loses the gunfight, but buys his teammate enough time to get away. 2 minutes and 22 seconds for OpTic Gaming to try and get back in this, but C9 has been playing phenomenally, and you can see Aegis, he does not intend to go much farther than this out of his spawn. Again, that base defense has been a very consistent strategy in this capture flag, assault. Loses his gunfight, so OpTic Gaming has a little bit of an opening. Ricky's gonna fall as well, turns his back to the enemy. That's gonna be 3 down. Aegis is the last one alive. Gonna see if he can do anything. Loses his gunfight. Scump has that flag. He's gonna get out of dodge. You see the spawn coming in over by 10. Crimsis goes to try and block that. That's not gonna be the case. Well, it looks like that flag is gonna go in. Cloud9, you see immediately they just go back to the turtle.
There it is, Scump able to put 1 flag in for the team. Now OpTic Gaming only down in a deficit of 1 with under 2 minutes to try and make things happen. Tie it up, force the overtime. 2 flags, and that'll be the win. Scump there, hip firing, puts down Aegis. 1 more Cloud9 player around the corner. However, he's going to duck and dive behind cover. Scump is also seconds away from kinetic armor. Ricky on the opposite side of the map with access to the heat wave. Grim, though, going for the flagpole. He knows he has to be met by a wave of Cloud9 players. 3 of them all up just in front of him. Plenty of them with their specialist abilities active and ready. Kinetic armor, heat wave response again. Ricky gets the better of Scump, a 2-piece on the objective. 75 points from his Cerberus. Again, Ricky making those huge objective plays for the team.
Man, that was a risky decision by Krim. He pulls the flag, and that's basically a notification saying, hey, other team, this is exactly where I am, and he sprints in their direction. He could have just ignored the flag, gone for that, might have been able to get away with it instead, or he could have just pulled the flag and gone grandma's with it, tried to stay alive. His teammates were making chase in trains. He doesn't do that, though, in Cloud9. They're going to be up 4-2, 38 seconds left. OpTic Gaming, it looks like they're going to have to win this map 5. See, Scump has been calling in some streaks. Ricky, though, still sitting on a 5 streak. He's going to be 25 away for some more. OpTic Gaming playing as aggressive as they possibly can, but more streaks getting called in. 25 seconds left, and that is pretty much going to do it. Crim6 trying to go for the miracle run. He gets shut down despite the fact that he was invisible. So Cloud9 able to clutch up. Fantastic game, and of course, Ricky ending on a 6 streak is not too shabby at all.
We saw twice that game. Ricky's heat wave shut down the enemy player's special ability that could have resulted in a flagpole. And those were huge plays to stop the objective because OpTic Gaming was certainly positioned both times to get a flag run going. But ladies and gentlemen, Cloud9 takes map number 4. They're up 4-2 in this. They're up 2-2, tied 2-2 in the series, heading to game 5. And the search and destroys have been trouble for OpTic Gaming all weekend. Could we see the upset of Cloud9 closing out the series and eliminating OpTic Gaming?
Very well
OpTic Gaming clutch up and shut them down?
I think C9 honestly has a pretty good chance of ending their career. We talked about, or not career, excuse me, the tournament run. Sorry, got a little bit ahead of myself there. But again, last year at CoD Champs, Aegis was the one that stopped OpTic Gaming. And we just saw right there, Crim6 was not playing very well at all. He finished off at 8-20. So if that kind of performance carries into the search and destroy, you do not have much faith. Again, they have only won 2 out of 7, I believe it is now, search and destroy maps in this entire tournament. C9, they knocked out Complexity in search and destroy in map 5. And again, Complexity beat OpTic Gaming twice in search.
You got to wonder if that 8-20 is going to be the new 4-22. That's a really rough time to do that poorly from a player who's usually at the top of everything that OpTic Gaming finds successful for themselves, right? So heading into map number 5, we're going on Stronghold S&D. Do we see the sniper of Formal come out on this map?
Honestly, it's one of those risky decisions, right? When the sniper is going well, you love having it at your back, but sometimes it overstays its welcome and causes more problems than it's worth. But I don't necessarily think there would be a huge reason to. OpTic Gaming, for the most part, I thought had the edge in the first search and destroy. Again, it came down to Lacefield. You saw he picked up a 3-piece for the final kill cam when Karma ended up heat-waving his teammate, accidentally so. And then, of course, that final round, again, Lacefield, he picked up the ace. He won the first kinetic armor gunfight. So a lot of things had to go right for C9. They had to make some phenomenal plays, again, on the backbone of that man closest to your screen right there, Lacefield. Phenomenal tournament run so far.
Yeah, Lacefield's been doing huge things in every map. I mean, the uplink, you can only do it so much when you're getting stomped by OpTic Gaming, but every map other than that, he's been a huge part of what Cloud9 has been doing right. And I gotta say, a lot of it might just be from the teamwork and communication coming from players like Aegis and Ricky. Of course, Ricky with the stellar communication, Aegis with the in-game leading and shot calling. A lot of it going the right way for Cloud9. Getting in the search and destroy, all of that needs to add up and come to fruition again.
Stand out, ban and protect that we have seen from C9. They are not very fearful at all to take out that blast suppressor. Might have caused a few problems, although not the end of the world, in map number 2. Potentially going to be a strategy they elect to employ here in Stronghold. And again, the loser of this individual map, all about this stronghold search and destroy, is eliminated from the tournament. And the winner, of course, moves on to face off against the winner, or the loser, excuse me, of Envy and Fab Games. Thermal getting targeted as well. You asked about the sniper of Formal. Well, apparently C9 has that in the back of their minds as well, doing what they can in the ban and protect.
Yeah, that thermal ban, that's going to be a huge thing. You do not want Formal taking the game and running away with it when he gets that SPG on. Of course, we can see him do some dirty things with the Varix, but that thermal sight makes it so much easier. And if you're in the corner of making Formal's job easier, then that's going to be a pretty tough matchup for you. More bans coming in, both of them targeted toward tacticals. OpTic Gaming wanting straight gun-on-gun engagement. However, the lethal's still in effect. OpTic Gaming, though, not shy of using that danger close wildcard. We could see double Semtex coming from players like Karma, players like Formal. We also saw the smoke grenade come into effect on map number 2, with Formal cutting off some integral choke points to the Cloud9 setups. And it looks like they're going to slip through this time. I think they got banned out in the uplink, but they're making it through in the search and destroy unless Ricky takes the ban to it. Rapid Fire is gone. High Caliber did not make it through for most of this series. However, we see it round out at the end. So what's available here? We have the SVG still in play. Thermal's gone. Overkill still in the game. Afterburner still in play. Whole lot to work with in terms of the creative class on both sides here, Chance.
Overkill is in, Blast Suppressor is in, so not necessarily the most normal search and destroy game of all time, but certainly one of the most important ones, or possibly the most important one of this entire tournament. Again, will Aches and crew be able to knock out OpTic Gaming? Second CoD champs in a row, or will OpTic Gaming be able to clutch up in game number 5 and potentially go on one of the most historic losers bracket runs in Call of Duty history?
How huge of a disappointment would it be to see OpTic Gaming go out with this placement, a team that's been poised for every tournament they've entered to make first place. They're facing one of their toughest foes and one of their most historical matchups here. Should be an incredible game, but Specialist Draft is in effect. We see kinetic armor on both sides against Scump and Lacefield are the players you can usually expect to see rocking that. Formal and Aches taking active camo on the opposing sides. Actually, that might just be... We see a Scythe there, but that's actually incorrect. Ricky is not going to be running the Scythe. He's actually using Ruin's Overdrive, so expect to see him with those early round executes, maybe activating it in gunfights to give him that extra movement, that extra strafe speed.
Can you imagine if Ricky actually pulls out a Scythe? Oh my God, that would be ridiculous. But yes, it is going to be a mirror matchup, of course, with the exception Ricky is going to be running Overdrive, and then Crim6 has that glitch. Instead, everything else going to be exactly the same. Interesting decision as well to go with the Overdrive, of course, glitch you can use in, well, a hefty amount of different situations. Overdrive, though, it's one of those things that you got to have planned. We saw actually on evac what Crim6 and Scump pulled off. Scump spots a player out and says, all right, Crim6, there he is, good luck. Pops that Overdrive, sprints into the gunfight, actually runs past the player, doubles back, picks up the kill. So seen a bit of success out of it in the past. Of course, though, Stronghold going to be a little bit different. Who's your player to watch? And I asked that within the back of my mind, saying it pretty much has to be Lacefield.
I was almost about to write Lacefield's name in caps on this piece of paper and put it up to the camera, but Lacefield's certainly the player you want to watch. I mean, we saw how just how explosive he's been in every map except the uplink. And for his team, he's such a huge asset. To round 11, he's able to find those 3 kills, even following the team kill when they had the numbers advantage. Lacefield is able to work through so many different disadvantages OpTic Gaming sets in front of him. The shot calling from Aches, though, I think is going to be a big part of this game. We see him running that engineer perk in map number 2, so we can spot some of that enemy utility, and that's going to be good for the information and the strategy for Cloud9.
Well, I've casted over Cloud9 on this map before. Maybe not casted over, but at least watched them play. Here's exactly what they do. On defense, they have 3 players stack up in mansion. Generally, one goes couches, the other 2 stay up top, and then they have 1 player sit in the back spawn. On statue, on the Jeep, they look over for the mid-map cross or for the bunker push. They do standard stuff incredibly consistently. On offense, what they like to do, they have 1 person sit around the head glitch area, look over mid-map. The other 3 are going to push through rocks into bunker. One's going to slide across, check the table in the back. Then the second is going to be challenging the gunfight, whether or not he picks up the kill. Then they jump mid-map and go towards and try to plant the bomb on B. Cloud9, though, they do it incredibly slowly on both offense and defense. They are not afraid to let that clock tick down to about 25, 20 seconds before they really start making serious moves on the bomb. And of course, Cloud9, we're going to be on board with them on offense from the get-go. Going to see if Lacefield can continue the destruction. Had the HVK out there for a moment, but going to stick to old best friend, that handy-dandy VMP.
Not really looking to see Lacefield do too much with the HBK. Every map I've seen him use it, it's kind of been not very impactful, and many of the gunfights he just could have won it just as easily with the VMP, and he's so much more dangerous with that weapon, so it's good to see him put it away for the initial play here. It looks like there's something going on towards Mansion. Crimsix, though, actually opting to stay inside Kitchen. Scump hovering around bottom Mansion. EMP's coming out. Spot checking for anyone that may be in Mansion, but no hit markers coming in. Scump not running hardwires. If it did connect, he would have that information.
Well, so far you see one player, Assault, going to be around head glitch area, watching the flank over by Bunker. You have the other 3 members from Cloud9 playing rocks, slow playing it, incredibly passively. It's actually going to be working towards top bedroom, of course, OpTic Gaming. So far, not doing anything to make any mistakes. There's the first player jumping up top. Expect Lacefield to slide across, see if he can find anything on the player's back table. Doesn't check it, but does make it. You hear no shots are going to go down. Aches, of course, well, he just checked it, going to try and follow him up. See that nade going to be coming in. Again, nothing exciting happening for Cloud9. They literally do the same thing nearly every single time. Then, of course, they jump out mid-map. Now they're going to be trying to get the bomb down with about 25 seconds left. So, OpTic Gaming, how are you going to be able to respond? Of course, that bomb is going to get planted, and the kill does not get exchanged. Formal tries to get him, but Ricky escapes with his life. Lacefield able to pick up that first blood as well. Going to get traded, though. So, 35 seconds left, and again, check that mini-map top right-hand corner, top left corner. You actually see it is going to be Assault. Well, going to go back to head glitch. Karma, of course, is going to be in Bunker, but still, OpTic Gaming, they need to find something quickly. Ricky has cleared out the bomb. Time is running out. OG, they need to find players. They need to find him fast and out very quickly. Ricky's actually going to be the last one alive. 17 seconds. Ricky not even able to pick up the first kill. Scumping going to get him with the VMP, and OpTic Gaming is going to go on the board in your first round of this game number 5.
Ricky, and whoever the player was on trenches, I feel like should have communicated that so much more. Was planted for that post-plant position on trenches, and it looked like they were setting up a pinch, but the players of OpTic pushed through Bunker, and then the Cloud9 guy that was sitting trenches stayed there, and Ricky was just kind of useless sitting on the site. I think that if we went towards that post-plant position with him on trenches, they would have had a much better chance in this situation.
Either way, all comes down to those individual gunfights with Scump and Karma so far are going to be on top. OpTic Gaming, we're going to see how you play the offense, and they pick that bomb up, and they're going somewhere that we are not used to seeing them go.
Taking the bomb towards the Bunker. Not something we usually see. Scump not finding an engagement here early on, but he's waiting for it. He knows the players like to sit inside there and wait for the flank. Lacefield, as you can see, playing it just a little bit back, expecting someone to make that happen. OpTic Gaming, though, playing it carefully. See Formal taking over mid-map as usual. That's his normal position, and no one on the opposite side to challenge him. Most of the players inside Mansion, and we do see Ace sitting up towards kitchen table for anyone that pushes in through it. I think that Cloud9's expecting an A site execute, but OpTic is on the opposite side of the map, playing closer to B.
Well, OpTic Gaming so far has spent half the round, and they have accomplished, well, exactly nothing.
They're waiting for a first blood.
Crimsix is still in Bunker, see if he can get a pick, but again, Lacefield, he is not afraid to play passive at all. He is still waiting for it. Shots are going to get exchanged. No one able to come out on top. Cloud9, though, they are actually going on the rotation. Crimsix is drawing out the bait. Still, though, a couple players hanging around this Mansion area. Ricky is going to be inside over by Lambos. 20 seconds left. Not a single player on this map has died. Ricky 100% saw that play across. Aches is able to get the first blood as well. Ricky's going to get completely destroyed. You see Scump's going to get the final shot. Had a little bit of help as well. Crimsix able to pick up a kill. That bomb's going to go down with 9 seconds left. Aches, though, is trying to come up from top Mansion. Assault able to get a kill as well. Now Assault's going to be coming back. 2 players for OpTic Gaming, both on Lambos. Aches is able to spot one. Flying in, not able to get the kill at all. And Assault is not in position for the moment to trade. Has to pick up 2 kills and the defuse. Scump and Karma, they're playing, well, a little bit separate for the moment. You see they just made sure to buddy back up together. Assault, though, he's been able to come up on top. We're going to test the ability of Scump and Karma to trade the kills. They're going to be saying for him. Misses too many bursts with the RK5. Karma able to secure the kill. And OpTic Gaming is going to be able to go up 2 rounds to none. So
many choked gunfights going on in this round on the side of Cloud9, and OpTic Gaming biting right down on that weakness. It's going to be another round win in favor of OpTic Gaming as they go 2 up.
Gonna see if C9, though, tries to mix anything up on offense. Both teams seem to be very content to play as passively as you possibly can. Again, waiting until there's about 20 seconds left in the round just to get the bomb down. Here's C9. Well, you know, they're getting a little bit crazy. Looks like they're gonna be sending 1 player around head glitch area and watch Bunker. The other 3 are gonna be slow playing rocks. So, bold stuff coming out for C9. Playing with a lot of confidence. Gonna see if they can make anything happen.
3 players for OpTic Gaming just on the opposite side of the Mansion. Lacefield's looking through. trying to find an opportunity to first blood, but no one on OpTic ever playing up this close. They just give them full control of Mansion, allow them to do whatever they want. The nade's coming in, but it's not going to connect. Not too much information gained here so far other than the fact that most of Mansion is empty. Trophy system going down on the site, though. Lacefield sees it happen. It's his teammate that throws it out. Formal sitting just behind them on the site. Has to allow the plant because he's outnumbered here. Karma 4-0 in this game, though, with his specialist ready. He has the hot hand so far this map.
Crimson's been able to get head glitch. He 100% saw Ace in that situation. Ace is going to be tagged up just a little bit. Ricky, though, is going to be there to shoot him in the back. Karma and Formal need to clutch this 2 versus 2. You see the dart is in hand. He's going to pop the psychosis. Of course, they know where both players are. Those drones did not run the correct situation. Of course, Ricky's going to be the last one alive in 1v2. He's in a very good situation. Karma has to win the gunfight, has time to do it. But Ricky, all he needs to do is just pop up and down and just keep an eye on this bomb. Ricky's going to be forced to challenge here in a moment. Karma trying to win the gunfight.
Oh,
Ricky, though, in the power
Ricky
position, able to shut him down. And that was not a very good use of that psychosis. You see, Crim6 was able to tag up Aches on that bomb, and all of those clones, well, they just ran towards Mansion when Ricky was by the head glitch. And then, of course, Aches was just on bomb. Either way, though, C9, with the exact same strategy they did the first time, made it work out.
Ricky able to close it out in that post-plant position. Despite being right in the sights of a player pre-aiming on the bomb, he wins the gunfight without any crazy movement, just walking right into it and gunning him. Karma finds his first death of the map.
Oh, here we go.
Ricky's getting real aggressive here. The flank could pay off for him. Wins the gunfight, shutting down Formal. That's a big player to stop early on in the round. 4 versus 3. OpTic Gaming on the offense is now at an even bigger disadvantage. Crim6, though, getting some ground inside Mansion alongside his teammate.
Huge problems right now for OpTic Gaming. Obviously, the man disadvantage. Scumps, though, going to be able to get the bomb down for 3. Can they clutch the 3v4? All 4 players for Cloud9. They're going to be working from the back end. Looks like Scump is electing to try and go on the flank in this situation. Crim6 is going to be locking down up top. Ricky, by the way, has managed to get near the bomb. I don't think he's going to necessarily happen in this situation. We're going to see, actually, his Assault is able to pick up a kill as well. Karma has that in hand. Going to see if he has an angle on this bomb. You see Lacefield's going to be over top looking at it, and that defuse is going to come in, and the man advantage is paying off. Again, you get that first blood with the first bit of aggression, by the way, that we've seen out of C9, and then they just have to convert after that. Nothing really for OpTic Gaming to be able to do in that situation.
Sticking to the defuse there is Cloud9 as they come out with the round win to tie it up again at 2-2, making this round 11 Search and Destroy as interesting as it possibly can be. Cloud9's been so strong so far as they're finally able to answer to Karma in some way, getting him his first death last round, or the round before, excuse me. Ricky, though, 150 points away from his score streaks. He is the most important player on Cloud9 right now. There's the first blood. 25 points off is Ricky. Grenade coming in. Scump's just playing patiently. If he finds 1 kill, he gets the kinetic and can find a second, possibly playing for the trade there. But with Ricky in position, it's going to be scary for him to do so.
There you see all 3 members of OpTic Gaming feeling the pressure that Cloud9 has been able to put on again. This is like the 5th or 6th time we've seen in Search and Destroy. Cloud9 able to get that first blood, and then they just convert the rounds because OpTic Gaming not able to trade these kills. Now they're going back to the standard stuff. One player's going to slide across, check that. The other player's going to go, peek across, nothing there, but still, they've done it every single time. This time, though, Karma is going to be on the bomb site.
Get him the assist.
Players are going to challenge as well. Both players
There
going up top. Lacefield gets the assist. Scump, though, is going to be trying to pick up the 2-piece. Lacefield actually not going to challenge. So Scump going to make it interesting, but still, OpTic Gaming in a very difficult situation. That bomb is going to be down on B. Cloud9, plenty of time to work with. You see it is going to get picked up. Scump trying to go for the attack, but the cover is going to be there. See Assault and Aches going to be ready to go to protect their friend. Going to see how Crim6 and Scump are going to try and break into B.
Scump just wants that kinetic armor just a millimeter away. He finally gets it, can challenge the site, doesn't use it, and he gets gunned by Lacefield on the chest high cover. In that scenario, do you pop the kinetic?
In a 1v3, I don't believe
no, my mistake.
Pop the kinetic.
he was more outnumbered than I think. A lot of those kills happened like simultaneously though. Several of those kills there at the end, but regardless, Scump will have that kinetic for future rounds, which will be even bigger for his team.
OpTic Gaming has to find a way to bounce back against Cloud9. They had a very nice start, but haven't really accomplished much since then. Cloud9 has done a very good job just to get those first bloods. Of course, last round they sent 2 players through bunker. Of course, this time mixing things up just a little bit. Going back to, well, a little bit closer to standard stuff you see in OpTic Gaming. Again, you can see They just want that first blood so bad. They're terrified to get picked off. High intense game so far. And actually, no, there you go. That's what they're doing. Karma going to be playing that dart, see if he can scout any information. Of course, though, all of these players are going to be turtled up inside of Mansion. So piloting skills must be on point. Going to see if OpTic Gaming does anything to capitalize, because you see so far all players still sitting very patiently back towards their spawn.
Karma setting out the dart. One going long range. Flak Jacket collects that one though. Thank you very much. Scump with kinetic armor still available. Should be much bigger in this round than when heavily outnumbered on a retake. And up towards the site because he knows he has the ability to do so. The clones of Psychosis coming at him, but he's not phased in the slightest. Crimsix gets the first blood onto Aches. Trying to find the second, and he has access to the glitch, and there's one player just around the corner tagging up his teammate. That's Ricky with another two-piece. He's gotten so many of those, and both of these S&Ds traded, though. Glitch popped. Formal is catching Assault in the back. 1 versus 2. It's up to Lacefield. Can he clutch up again for the team?
Well, he's actually going to be chasing both of these players. Sees that B is cleared out. He knows they have to go to A, and of course, he might very well be able to time this out. He's going to check B one more time. Players aren't there. Knows exactly what he has to do. It looks like that bomb is going to get planted, though. Going to see how well Lacefield can do in this 1v2 situation. He was able to clutch a 1v3 earlier on evac. This is definitely the player C9 wants in this situation. There's a player just on the bomb on a very nice spot, though. Crimsix going to be able to win that gunfight. OpTic Gaming secures the round and ties this one up at 3-3.
Crimsix on that chest high cover should have no problem making short work of Lacefield in that 2 versus 1 in favor of his team. All started from the first blood that Crimsix got, finding another kill on mid-map, glitching away, staying alive at post-plant, and finding the final round kill. Dart coming in only got them a bit of information, but not very much of it was useful. Still, OpTic Gaming making so much of it and translating it into a round win. Ricky playing the same position that he usually plays on offense, looking towards Mansion, but not too much action just yet. Both teams trying to get a feel for the opposing team setup, looking for a pick, and both teams have been pretty good about capitalizing on it.
C9, they're getting a little bit wild here on this offensive round. You see there, having one player kind of hanging around head glitch, the other 3 are playing rocks as slow as can be. Crimsix, though, is going to get spotted up top. Maybe some shots going to be exchanged. I don't expect either of these players to challenge long enough to the point where they may or may not die. Of course, Lacefield, you see this once, you're going to see it again. Aches, of course, was that back player to challenge. This time there is someone there, and that's why you see Lacefield trying to cook those nades. Of course, the trophy system's in place. See OpTic Gaming completely prepared so far for what C9 is going to be able to throw at them. Of course, we've seen it a few times where they go and try and plan on A and clear it out. Of course, you see Formal. That's exactly what he's going to be looking for. Here comes Lacefield trying to jump over top. No shots connected. Well, Crimsix has actually moved in a very nice position on bombs. Going to be trying to get away. Lacefield might come up for the challenge, of course. Formal still there in support. Aches, though, able to get that first
Lacefield
blood.
kinetic.
Lacefield has popped his kinetic.
No,
well,
he's
he
got
has it at the
He
very
just
least.
got it.
Worked on the bomb site as well. You see Karma able to trade that one up. Shots are going to come down as Lacefield's planting this bomb. That's going to be over top. See Scumb's bombing in kinetic as well. 2v2. Assault is going to be there for the trade. Now that bomb is down over by B. Assault able to trade this and make it a 1 versus 1. OpTic Gaming wins. Time limit reached. Talk about passive play on offense. If you cannot get that bomb down, there is not much you can do. OpTic Gaming finally making sure that they stop the plant from coming in, and they are punishing C9 for doing the exact same thing round after round.
Cloud9 waiting it out, trying to wait for the bomb planter to get their kinetic armor going. Ends up not working out for him as OpTic Gaming shut it down in a narrow 1v1 win as the time limit runs. Karma, moments away from Psychosis, has access to those double EMPs. We're seeing him switch his utility around quite a bit throughout this series. Spot checking a little bit, not getting too much. Lacefield on the opposite side of that site, though. It looks like that's going to be Ricky at bottom Mansion. Spotting one player, wall banging Scump and finding the kill. Karma picking the bomb back up and getting inside Mansion. Just moments away from Psychosis yet again. If he could find a kill, he's got it.
5th or 6th time now that we've seen C9 able to get that first blood. Ricky 100% saw that player work himself over to that bomb site. Of course, C9 have been playing passive. See another player, he's going to be trying to creep over here. That is going to be Formal, but again, Lacefield, he has done this time and time again. He has sniffed this out. He knows Formal's there. He's going to win the gunfight as well. Doesn't get traded. Aches comes in for the support, and just like that, The round is over. The bomb goes down. Now C9, well, they can debate. You want to build up for some specialists. Who is it that needs to get the defuse? It looks like Assault is the chosen one for this situation. Of course, all 4 players are pretty far away from those streaks. Either way, though, C9 has been able to tie this one up at 4 rounds to 4. Just as soon as this defuse comes in. And again, this is one of the first times you've watched Call of Duty Search and Destroy. The specialist meter does build up over time. And due to the fact that no OpTic Gaming members are alive, you might as well just work towards them. So use as much time optimally as you possibly can. But again, nail biter of the game. The loser of this individual map will be eliminated from Call of Duty XP.
The winner of this as well gets a big share of that $2 million prize pool. They become couple tens of thousands of dollars richer. And the prestige of the tournament is huge. It's everything. We've had a year-long battle between all of these teams, grinding in a team environment for hours on end. And it's all going to pay off in this series for these 2 teams.
Looks like OpTic Gaming are debating about whether or not to do. Of course, Assault, he's going to be completely prepared for this situation. I don't know if he knows exactly what may or may not happen to him, but this is a decent example of how you might be able to punish some passive play. Every single round, C9. They send 3 players up rocks and leave 1 player here. Assault's able to spot 1. You see Aches on your screen rotating back to help out. A couple of the C9 members are actually going to back up. OpTic Gaming, they're happy to retreat as well. The previous round that C9 was on offense, they lost because of time. We are now 40 seconds into this round, and the bomb has moved 20 feet from its spawn point.
And the entire enemy team has come right back to that spawn point. However, all 4 players of Cloud9 are glowing gold. Specialists ready to be used. And with just 2 rounds away from their victory, that's going to be everything. Crimsix, first engagement, tags up 1 player. Finished the job. Assault, he catches him. Camo wasted from Aches, though. He's still able to get some ground on. And he's got 2 other teammates with their specialist abilities. Assault pops his. That's the Psychosis. Moving Scump around a little bit. He's not fooled, though. Hold the trigger discipline. Tagging up a 2nd player. Can't finish the kill. That's Lacefield. Formal catches Aches. Ricky still with overdrive. They shut down Karma. Last man standing is Formal. Ricky pops the overdrive with just 7.5 seconds to plant. Can he get there in time? OpTic Gaming wins another round for the time limit. And Ricky wastes the overdrive. They took just too long.
I'm not saying that is one of the dumber plays I've seen so far in Search and Destroy, but that is now 2 offensive rounds in a row where C9 loses because the time runs out. They don't change time every round. It's the exact same time every single game. You get a minute and a half. And twice in a row, they have done nothing with it. OpTic Gaming now just 1 round away from eliminating C9 and moving further into this tournament, but still long way to go. Last time it went to round 11. We may or may not see the same thing again. C9 playing very passively. OpTic Gaming has pretty solid mid-map control. Smokes come out on the bomb site. Pretty sure this is going to be for bait. See what C9 is going to be able to do. Of course, 2 players for OpTic Gaming are going to be coming through bunker as well. Former is going to have a gunfight. Going to see if anyone's going to be here to challenge this. Scump's going to see the player in the back. Crimsix is there for the help as well. Crimsix is able to pick up 1. Scump does not get the kill on the 2nd. Karma's all the way in the back as well. Eggs is going to get the 2nd. Now Karma in the 1 versus 3. Finish your gunfights, kids. The fight is not over until the opposing player is dead. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to round 11. The 1 round to decide it all.
I can't think of a better way for this series to end. Cloud9 taking it all the way. We all expected them to show up in the Search and Destroys, stealing 1 respawn to get this far. Round 11, no more mistakes can be made. No specialist usage on either side. We're seeing straight gun on gun. I don't think we have any score streaks in play either. It's all going to come down to tactical play and information gathered in the last 10 rounds.
The last time we had a round 11, Lacefield was able to pick up the ace. Neither team wants to give any ground. So fearful of that first blood. Cloud9 has been able to convert multiple times. You can see players for OpTic Gaming slowly creeping up the map again, just trying to sniff out where these opposing players are coming from. Crimsix going for the standard. 2 players' positions are now known. 53 seconds. Flak jacket, perfectly okay. Nothing wrong with that. You can eat some nades in Call of Duty. It'll be fine. Players all the way in the back. You see Assault. It's going to be the player that's watching for that B-bomb cross. He's able to spot 1 player. know something's going on. You see C9 is aware they are going on their rotation. They're going to be hitting as well. Assault's going to be coming over the top. Bomb Planner's going to die. Crim6 is going to fall as well. 2v4. Karma and Formal. You have your work cut out for you. 30 seconds. That bomb is down. C9 has a very nice setup as well. Formal's able to pick up one. He's not going to get traded out as well. Karma doesn't get the second. Player coming and challenge over top. Formal's going to be able to help him out. Karma going for the kill. Formal up to you. 1v1 situation. Assault coming over. And win the 1v1. OpTic Gaming. We will see you fudging later. C9 able to clutch up in the end. And what a performance that was. All the way down to the AR battle. And that is going to be it. Congratulations, C9. Eggs. 2 CoD champs, back-to-back, takes down the green wall.
Meet the newest and most recent villains of Call of Duty Black Ops 3, led by none other than Aches, Cloud9, closing out the series with a round 11 win. Chance, both you and I had to stand up there towards the end. Goosebumps, the drama, the hype, the storylines, it's all adding up to this moment as Aches does it 2 times in a row, shutting out one of the best team in the world under the OpTic Gaming organization. I can't believe it, but I can. This has been the story. OpTic Gaming failing to come through in their search and destroys, and as we know, Nadeshot himself saying it, search and destroy wins tournaments. Cloud9 comes through in game 5.
That is the second time we have now seen Cloud9 clutch up in game number 5. They knocked out Complexity earlier on, and they are a fantastic search and destroy team. Now they've knocked out OpTic Gaming. Phenomenal performance so far. Their S&D game has been on point. First search and destroy, we saw it was Lacefield. Gets that ace in the final, round 11. Finishes off with 11 or 12 kills. And then Ricky just there gets 11 kills as well. But fantastic performance through and through. That's with 2 rounds that they lose because of time on offense. And they're still able to secure that victory when it matters most. Talk about some clutch plays.
Yeah, and that round 11, playing through without any specialist intervention, without any score streaks intervention, all of it was tactical gameplay. OpTic Gaming tried to play through mid-map and get the plant down. Assault sniffs the play out, calls it out to his teammate, and waits for that double team push towards the site, clears it out, and they're able to win the round from there with the man advantage and the bomb being down just in front of them.
Well, guys, as mentioned before, the winner of this past game is going to be playing the loser of Envy and Fab Games. We did receive word, and now that we saw the results of this match, C9 is going to be playing against, well, Fab Games. Envy was able to take him down, so we're going to have that match on board, I believe on the Charlie stream, potentially on Bravo. Not sure what's going on, but that's going to be the next match that we are going to see, which we, of course, will get to after this break.